I might genuinely quit Grand Cross if Netmarble decides to go this route. Now, I've been having this in the back of my mind, and honestly, I didn't even really want to make this video because I didn't want Netmarble to get any ideas, but ultimately, I did want to make it because I am curious to see what your thoughts are on this, so leave your comments down below. I want to know what you guys think about this idea. So, we already know Grand Cross is infamous for adding so many just features or whatever you want to call it to their progression system, just additions on top of additions, and it just makes the progression system just a lot worse. Now, what if, and stay with me, don't leave the video just yet, what if they decide to do something with equipment? Now, I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, hear me out. They've done LRs for the characters. We have true awakenings now. The next step, my voice cracked. The next step, I think, is LR equipment. I know. I didn't want to believe it myself, but I do think that is probably going to be the next step with the progression system, if they don't just add an entirely new system, you know, like completely new. LR gear is something, when I came back, that I thought they would have honestly put in the game already. It's a double-edged sword, right? It's a double-edged sword. How would you go about it? Obviously, there need to be new content. It'd be super limited. You'd have to buy the pack. Like, we already know how Netmarble works, right? So how would that work? I was actually thinking with LR gear, there, maybe, and this is just, hear me out, maybe with LR gear, it would give effects other than the 2-set or 4-set effect that you get. Maybe with LR gear for HP, maybe it can give you extra recovery rate, or maybe it can give you more life steal or something like that. Just an incentive, maybe an extra, even, I don't even want to give them ideas, maybe even an extra passive. Maybe it could give that, right? Some type of extra benefit for LR gearing your character. I don't even want to say, like, even just saying that gives me LR gear. Are you like, are you crazy? LR gear? What are we talking about? But anyway, LR gear could be the next step of the evolution process for equipment here. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong. Well, let me slow down. I think the equipment system is good where it's at right now. It could be much better. But I think it's actually good where it's at. They haven't touched this in a very long time, and to be completely honest, I hope they never do. I just hope they never touch the equipment system unless it's making it better, right? Because with all the anvils that we have to grind or find or scavenge, and then the hammers, it just becomes a pain in the ass. I don't know why they don't do events where to change the substats it takes gold. I think that would be a really crazy event if they decided. I don't know if they could do that though with the code and everything like that, but our gear doesn't take any gems or any anvils to redo it. You just need gold. So I wish they do an event where all UR or all SSR gear, you could re-roll the substats with gold. That would be crazy. But yeah, I think LR gear is probably going to be the next step, to be completely honest with you. So I would just be prepared. I'm not sure how they would go about it. Maybe it's not even LR gear. Maybe it's just completely new gear sets. I think that would be cool too. I think maybe we could use other gear sets besides HP, attack, crit damage. Maybe we could mix it up with some other stuff. Not sure what they would do. Maybe we could get, I know Pierce rate is substats, so they probably wouldn't do that. But also, so is lifesteal though, right? They could make a Pierce set. Yeah, I think they could make a Pierce rate set. I think they could do that, right? A 2-piece Pierce set, which increases your Pierce. Because if they do, I mean, they pushed Pierce super heavy with this collab. I mean, every single unit. Isn't every single unit? Does Zanka have? I'm not even sure if Zanka has it. Where is our boy Zanka? Zanka, he's right there. I don't know if Zanka has it. Does he have Pierce? He does, yeah, suppression. Yeah, every character in this collab, the Gachiakuta collab, they legitimately have Pierce on everything. So for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, they really pushed Pierce. So having a new set for equipment would be nice, right? To bring up Pierce a lot. You could do they have resistance? I can't remember if they have a resistance set. I think they do. I think I could be wrong, but I think they do. I think they do. Even like now that we have damage resistance, damage amplification, you could make sets for that too. Because the only way you can get the damage resistance and damage amplification is through True Awakening, which a lot of people, I'm not gonna be honest, I don't think a lot of people really give a shit about True Awakening, but nonetheless, it's still, you know, a stat that now that they introduced it, we do need other ways to get it. I think that if they make a set for damage amplification or resistance, I think that would be good. Like imagine instead of attack, you get, I don't know, 60% damage amplification. Whew. Whew. But yeah, we'll see. I do think LR gear though, LR gear probably would kill the game a little bit, because you have casual players who are like, I don't even want to grind for regular equipment. Why the would I want to grind for LR equipment? And that, you know, that's a fair point, because why would you? I don't even want to do that. So I do think LR equipment could be coming into the game. I think it'd be nice. I don't think it'd be nice. I think it would be kind of crazy if they did that. If they just introduced it in a different way and not drop, because the Supreme Deity, she dropped, and it's like, what did they even like? I've heard people say they haven't really even tested this stage, and I'm starting to think that might be true, because even for your top players, and I'm not even talking about whales specifically, I'm talking about people that actually like the game, and you know, they might not spend money, but they do play it enough to know how to get through content, blah blah blah. Even veteran players hate this. This mode is horrible. This is, I don't even understand why they dropped it the way they did. I get they want to be gimmicky, I get they want to go ahead and try and make it, you know, super tough. It's like, first off, it should not be 4 stages. Like, it should not be 4 stages. It should be like 2, like these 2 stages, and then maybe fight the last stage or whatever, right? There's just too much going on. It's too much going. How are people supposed to? Because it's all RNG. Like, you can't. That's the thing. You cannot predict RNG, so you can't even go up against this phase with 100% certainty. I don't know, very stupid. Same thing with Demon King battle, but at least Demon King battle, like, the mechanics were right in your face, and it wasn't I like that. The mechanics were right in your face, and it wasn't like he had 5 stages of demonic minions plus the route, like you have to follow the route. Like, no. I don't know what they were thinking with Supreme Deity. Terrible release. But yeah, a little bit of a short video, like a super short video, but it's just something I had in my head and I wanted to throw out there. LR gear, let me know what you guys think. I don't think it's gonna be happening, but it could definitely be a possibility, so just be prepared. I definitely do think that the next, whatever they do for the next progression system, we just gotta wait and see, and you know, hopefully it's not bad, and yeah, hopefully Netmarble comes through.